Imagine browsing the internet without anyone peeking over your shoulder. No trackers, no snoops, no restrictions. Now imagine pairing that with the ability to appear as if you're browsing the internet from any country on Earth. That is the power of a VPN. Whether you're someone who wants to add a little more privacy online, or perhaps a Bitcoiner looking to add privacy to your transactions, a VPN can make a world of difference. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set up something called Mullvad VPN, from creating an account and paying with credit card or Bitcoin, to installing it on your computer and phone. We'll also look at why Mullvad's a great option and how to use it day to day to keep your data safe. Whether you're new to VPNs or just want a solid privacy-focused option, this guide will show you the ropes. I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions. This is your daily session. So let's start by going through why somebody might want to use a VPN. And we're going to start with some just day-to-day general uses, and then we'll dive into some Bitcoin specific uses or advantages. So number one, hiding your IP address. This prevents websites, advertisers, and trackers from identifying your location and browsing habits. You can also encrypt your internet traffic. This protects your data from snoopers, especially when you're on public Wi-Fi networks. This would be coffee shops, airports, hotels, all those free Wi-Fis that you might access. You can avoid targeted ads and profiling. So this blocks advertisers and data brokers from building a digital profile on you. You can also bypass geo restrictions. So this means accessing content and services that are not available in your region that you're currently in. You can prevent bandwidth throttling. Sometimes internet service providers will slow down your internet based on what you're doing. This can bypass that because they can't see what you are doing. You can work more safely remotely or travel. Again, access everything you need to access regardless of where you are. You can avoid online censorship. So you can access the open internet if you're in a country or environment where certain websites are blocked. And of course, you can maintain privacy from your own internet service provider at home so that they can't log or sell your browsing history. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, of course, all of the above are relevant, but getting a bit more specific, you don't want your IP address linked to specific transactions when you're sending or receiving them via a wallet at home, or if you're going on an online block explorer like mempool.space to look up a transaction. That can be linked back to your IP addresses. You can avoid censorship or regional restrictions so that you can use non-KYC services like HODL and other blocked Bitcoin-related websites, depending on the jurisdiction. You can secure, of course, your public Wi-Fi while using wallets. So just making sure you're protected if you are on hotel or cafe networks. You can help preserve your CoinJoin privacy. Again, you don't want to be linked to a specific CoinJoin via IP address and have yourself partially de-anonymized that way. You can also stay safer in hostile jurisdictions where Bitcoin usage is monitored or discouraged. And again, you can prevent your home ISP from flagging Bitcoin-related activity or even just logging it if you're in a jurisdiction that might do that. And I'd say just in general, better safe than sorry. But hopefully that gives a good picture of why somebody would use a VPN. So today we're going to be taking a look here at Mullvad VPN and just a few things about Mullvad and why it's a pretty decent option. So the biggest thing for me is there's no personal data required on sign up. You just generate a random 16-digit account number and you just save that. There's no email, name, phone number, anything like that required. It does allow you to pay. Of course, you can use a credit card, but you do have anonymous payment options, meaning that we're going to be paying with Bitcoin today. If you do pay with a credit card, just know that the credit card transaction would be linked to paying the provider. Not that that's the end of the world, but if you do want additional privacy, I would probably pay in Bitcoin. You can, in terms of pricing itself, there's a flat €5 per month pricing. You can get 1 month or you can pay for multiple upfront. I think that translates to somewhere between $5 and $6 per month. So pretty damn reasonable, I would say. With that, you get 5 devices that you can protect the entire time. So tablets, desktops, phones, whatever you got. They do have a strict no logs policy. So they don't collect IPs, timestamps, bandwidth, all that kind of stuff. No logs. The apps themselves that you'll be using, they're open source. So people can go on GitHub and actually audit and make sure that they're working the way that they promise. It has a built-in always-on kill switch. So if the VPN drops, traffic is blocked automatically, and that prevents leaks. They use WireGuard and OpenVPN. They have some advanced privacy tools as well, and they are domiciled in Sweden, and Sweden has no mandatory VPN data retention laws. So that allows them not to have to keep anything, and that's why we are checking them out today. So let's dive in and get started with Mullvad VPN. All right, so first up, just on the main page here, really simple. We can go up to the top right and hit Get Started. And this pretty much tells us everything we need to know. We need to get an account number. We need to add time to our account by paying. And then we need to download the app and follow the rest of the guides. So first, let's get ourselves an account number. So we'll hit Generate. And I'm just going to use this for today. Anybody with this account number technically will be able to utilize this VPN until the time expires. And hey, that's that. That's okay. I do have my own account number outside of this. But nonetheless, I want to save this. You can save this in a password manager. You can actually download it as a file, which looks basically it's just like a text file. I'll just drag it over. It literally just saves as... Here we go. Just saves us that. So you can do that. But I would use a password manager as probably your best bet for something like this and just save it in there. So I've got it 2 places. I'll just copy it to my clipboard for now. Okay, don't lose it. It's the only identifier you need to use your service. No email, no username, just anonymity. Do not share your account number with others, as I'm doing right now. If you lose this, it can be more difficult to get back in, if not impossible. Now, we need to add time to our account. So we're going to click this here. It says, please copy your account number and store it in a safe place. Yes, we know that. We cannot show it again. So I've already got it. Boom. And so it's telling me to log in. So I'm going to paste in that account number that I have and I'm going to hit log in. And that bumps me to my account. So I'm now logged into my account and it gives me some options in terms of paying. So of course they do have credit or debit card. That would be down here, credit card or PayPal. You guys are familiar with how to pay with a credit card. We don't need to worry about that. It does have cash or vouchers. So cash, basically, if you want to remain completely anonymous, they do accept cash. You can basically send this, print out and write down this payment token, put the token in an envelope together with cash. This is hilarious. Like you can literally mail them cash to remain anonymous. Epic. You can get vouchers. So you can purchase a VPN voucher in various stores, and then you just enter the voucher number, which is super cool. You can always check on here where you can actually find those vouchers. But then this is where we're going to be dealing with, and I'm going to be paying via Bitcoin Lightning. So let's see here. I'll click on Lightning, and then it says, how much do you want in terms of how many months? So there's a drop down, actually 4.5. Maybe this is because we're brand new or something like that. Anyways, 4.5 euros per month, and it's just flat. So you can pay in advance if you just don't want to have to come back here and repay. So I'll just do 1 month right now, and then I'm going to click on create a Lightning invoice. But I'm also going to connect my phone so you can see me make that payment. Okay, so I have the account here ready to create an invoice, and I also have a Lightning wallet right here ready to pay the invoice. So I'm just going to hit create a Lightning invoice. It brings up the amount I need to pay. It also brings up a Lightning invoice here. If I had one just linked on my desktop, I could just hit open wallet, or I can copy this string And then I can jump over to my phone, hit send, and I can paste in what I've got here. Boom. And it tells me exactly how much I need to send. I was right. It was around $5.30 here. I'm just going to hit pay. That should go off pretty quick. And there we go. Payment created. That's it. So we are now all paid. We have our account paid. We've got a month of this VPN service. And so now we can actually go ahead and we can start using the VPN. So let's see how to do that now. Bitcoin Well is the best place to be buying and selling Bitcoin in Canada and the US. And now with Bitcoin Well Infinite, it's also the best place to be making large buys at their OTC desk of over $50,000. Their white glove service gives you fast transactions, no slippage, and the lowest fees. You can scan the QR code on the screen or simply head to bitcoinwell.com/BTC sessions to sign up today. And you can share your own personalized referral link to earn commissions. Debify is the best and easiest way to borrow against your Bitcoin in a non-custodial way. Funds are held in a multi-sig escrow where you hold a key, and the platform allows for excellent hardware like the Cold Card Mark IV and the Q. You have access to flexible conditions, the best rates, and institutional grade liquidity. If you're looking to make use of your capital, don't sell your Bitcoin, borrow against it. You can head over to debify.com to check them out, or simply scan the QR code on the screen. CoinKite has been in the game for years, creating hands down the best and most secure hardware when it comes to securing your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Q is an absolute powerhouse and my daily driver, and it's ideal for newcomers and advanced users alike. The Tap Signer gives you a low-cost, user-friendly option for those just getting started or for convenience when traveling. You can head to coinkite.com and use code BTC Sessions for discounts, or simply scan the QR code on the screen to get started right away. All right, so on the website here, I just went to downloads and it automatically detects what type of computer you're on. So I'm on a Mac and it tells me basically what I need. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to download this app right here and I'm going to click on it. Now it does say, hey, this is an unverified file. It's not Mac happy, whatever it is. I'm going to download it anyways. I know that this is the correct website. So that's now been downloaded and I can click on the install Mullvad and it gives me this little file that I'm going to double click on. I'm going to say yes, I want to open it. And it gives me this pop-up where I can say download and install. And it's going to install this program onto my computer. The installer pops up. I just hit continue. If you have multiple users, then you can install for all or for you only. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit continue. I'm going to say yes, install, and it requires my password for my computer. There we go. Installation successful. I can hit close, and I can close this out. And it is now installed on my computer. So let's just get my dock here. And I've got my applications all set up here. So we're just going to look for Mullvad. And there it is right here. I can click on it and open it up. And just so you know, where it opens is actually up top in the bar here. And this is Mullvad VPN. So it's just all accessible from up top. And so now we can actually navigate and see how to use Mullvad. We no longer need our browser window, and we'll just navigate from here. Okay, let's start using Mullvad just very simply to start, and then we will get into some of the additional features and settings that you can change. So right off the top, we just clicked on the Mullvad little icon in the top bar here, and it drops down. We see a few things. We see the logo up top. We see something that says device name, Trusty Yak. We also see our time left. There's 30 days left in our subscription right now. It says, hey, new device created. Welcome. This device is now called Trusty Yak. For more details, see the info button in your account. We can X out of that notification. Shows a map of, again, your current location, and then you can connect to the VPN here. Before we do that, let's take a quick peek at our couple other options up top. If I click on the profile icon, it shows, again, my device name. Just so you know, every device that you connect out of the 5 possible ones you have will be given a random name. This allows you to manage them, and if you want to disconnect one of the 5 and connect a new one, then you know which one you're dealing with. We have our account number here. There's a copy button, so you can copy and paste it to log in or use on other devices. Or again, you can show it by clicking the eyes there. And it shows that we're paid up until August 8th as of recording this video. It gives you options to buy more credit on the website. You can redeem a voucher within the app, or you can just log out and you'll start from scratch. And then finally, up top right, we have our settings, a whole bunch of stuff in here. And this is also where you would quit the app. We're going to go through some of these settings in a little bit. So now that we have lay of the land, let's actually connect to the VPN. So it just pre-selected a jurisdiction for me. So I'm just going to hit connect. And you can see that it connected me to a random VPN tunnel in Chicago. So this is now connected. It now appears as if I'm in Chicago as I'm browsing the internet, and everything will be as normal. If I want to switch the location, I can just hit switch, and now I'm in Atlanta. So I can do switch from location to location if I want, or if I click in the larger part where it says switch location, it's going to give me a list of different countries. So perhaps I'm traveling somewhere, or I want to access something that's only available in Estonia. Well, I can click Estonia and it picks a random spot. It gives me a connection in Tallinn, Estonia. So it looks now, as I browse the internet, as if I'm connecting from Tallinn. So very, very simple to switch jurisdictions. They have a ton of different country options here. And you can even drop down and see the different cities even that you might want to connect from. And yeah, so lots and lots of choice here. USA having the most possible. It looks like they've got quite an extensive list within the USA. But nonetheless, even if I chose my own country of Canada, then there I am in Montreal. All the same, if I want to disconnect from the VPN, I just hit disconnect. And now it lets me know that I'm disconnected. Notice the change in the lock up top. As soon as I say connect, it changes to green and it locks. As soon as I say disconnect, it changes to red and it unlocks, letting me know if I'm connected or not. And just to show an example of the VPN in action, I'm currently connected here, and it shows as me being in Chicago. I've navigated to Amazon.com, and you can see that it says up here in the top left, delivering to Chicago, and it gives me a zip code 60605. So it does indeed detect where I appear to be browsing from. And so this can be useful in navigating to websites that may not be, again, available in certain jurisdictions, but it's also encrypting my browsing history here so that these websites can't easily build a profile on me and my IP address, and I'm not going to be served up and catered to in terms of advertisers trying to target me and mine my data and all that kind of stuff. So there you see it in action with it connected. All right, so what about accessing your VPN on your mobile device, whether it be a tablet or a phone? And so we'll just use an example right here. I've downloaded Mullvad VPN on my phone here. When I open it up, it's going to ask me for my account number. Now, I've already copied it into my clipboard, so I can simply tap and paste it in. And once I've got it there, I can simply click on login, and I should have full access to everything. So again, it can see, hey, we've got everything here. It's given the device a name, Divine Mouse, time left, everything. It's got the notification, hey, you've got a new device. That's all good. We've got a new version installed. And then it says, hey, where do you want to connect to? What country? So, I can click here. I can choose whatever country I want. Nonetheless, maybe I want to be in Switzerland. And here we go. We are now in Zurich and connected. So the exact same account, it's literally just a copy and paste of your account number, and then you're good to go. We still have, again, our account up top. It does block it here on mobile. So when I clicked on this up here, it doesn't record that part of the screen, just a privacy thing there for me. But nonetheless, all the same effects. I can visit websites and use apps that may not be used in certain jurisdictions. And also I'm protecting my privacy when browsing websites so they cannot collect data on me. Looking for a simple and secure way to manage your Bitcoin on mobile? Aqua Wallet has you covered. It's user-friendly and puts you in full control of your Bitcoin with secure self-custody. Aqua also supports Lightning and Liquid Network, making fast, cheap Bitcoin payments and asset transfers easier than ever. Plus, it even supports stablecoins, giving you ultimate flexibility. Built on open source code, Aqua is transparent, trustworthy, and perfect for beginner and pros alike. Ready to upgrade your Bitcoin experience? Click the link in the show notes or scan the QR code on the screen now to download Aqua Wallet today. Securing your Bitcoin doesn't have to be complicated or invasive. With Nunchuck's Honey Badger plan, you get state-of-the-art multi-sig with built-in inheritance planning and no KYC required. Nunchuck is trusted by users to secure billions of dollars in Bitcoin. The Honey Badger plan offers 204 assisted multisig, guiding you step-by-step on mobile or desktop. It works seamlessly with hardware wallets like TapSigner, Coldcard, Jade, and plenty of others, so you're always in control. Plus, with non-KYC inheritance planning, you can ensure your Bitcoin goes to your loved ones. No private info needed. Take control of your Bitcoin today. Click the link in the show notes or scan the QR code on the screen to check out the Honey Badger plan.
If you've been around Bitcoin for more than a minute, you've definitely seen something made by CryptoCloaks. Since 2017, they've been the go-to for badass 3D printed Bitcoin gear, from custom home mining rigs to sleek hardware wallet mounts that make your setup look pro. I've been stacking Cloaks gear for years, and most recently I grabbed their Gamma case for my miner. Let me tell you, it turns some heads. You can customize everything, and of course, the legendary Bitcoin grenade, yeah, that's them. Hit the link in the show notes or scan the QR code to visit CryptoCloaks.com and stack your own custom Cloaks gear today.
Now, I just want to show you guys something now that we have multiple devices logged in. Just on mullvad.net, logging into my account. Again, all I need is just my account number here and click login. And odds are that you'll already be logged in if you've just signed up. But if you do need to log in again, simple enough. But we're going to go over here on the left-hand side to devices. And we can see that we have two devices that are now connected. This one being my computer. We know that because if I click, I can see the device name there. The other one, of course, being my phone. Now, if at any point, let's say I've connected 5 devices and I want a different one connected and maybe one of them I'm not going to use anymore, I can just remove them by simply going with the trash can icon here, and it removes that device as one of my 5, and I can simply add one again if I ever want to. And that's pretty much that. So my devices are managed from the website here. Everything else, other than adding time to your account and everything, can just be managed from the app up here. All right, so here's where I want to get into some of the settings that Mullvad VPN has, some of the additional settings. So just from our little drop-down pop-out window here, we're going to go to the settings wheel in the top right and just take a quick peek. Now, some of this stuff you may just want to flick on. Some of it you may not want to use, but I'm just going to do a quick outline of some of the stuff that I found very interesting. So this data, but D-A-I-T-A, what is that? Well, they explain it here. It says by Using sophisticated AI, it's possible to analyze the traffic of data packets going in and out of your device, even if the traffic is encrypted. If an observer monitors these data packets, it makes it significantly harder. This service or this feature makes it harder for them to identify which websites you're visiting or with whom you're communicating. It does this by carefully adding network noise and making all network packets the same size. Not all of their servers are data enabled. Therefore, we use multi-hop automatically to enable data with any server. And you can just click it on by clicking that little toggle switch there. Crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing, but there we go. Click on multi-hop here. This routes your traffic into one WireGuard server and out of another, making it harder to trace. The result is increased latency, so a little bit slower traffic, but increases anonymity online. Again, simple toggle switch to turn it on. VPN settings, there's a ton here. So you can have this automatically launch on startup and auto connect. I would say if you're using this, probably a good idea to just use that. Local network sharing. So this is if you have local devices that you access from your local area network. For Bitcoiners, this would be applying to if you have a node that you access from your home computer and you see it there, you're going to want to turn that on because then you can just pull it up in the browser without having to turn off the VPN. If you have your VPN on and you go to access it without this enabled, you're going to have a bad time, right? AKA it just won't show up. DNS content blockers. Now this is wild. There's a full drop down here. You can block ads, trackers, malware, gambling, adult content, social media to your own discretion, whatever you want here. Just click the toggle switches for what applies to you. The kill switch is automatically enabled. So this again was if anything goes down, it will stop data from flowing. But lockdown mode is a step further. So it makes it so that you must be connected to Mullvad VPN to be able to reach the internet. So it just gives you that extra degree of security there. It gives you options for your tunnel protocol, WireGuard, or OpenVPN, and then there's settings from within that, a little bit beyond the scope of this video, but just so you know, you have some control there. You can use custom DNS servers if you want, and IP server override, a whole bunch of stuff here in the VPN settings. There's some user interface stuff. So again, notifications, if you want them or not, you can turn them on and off. The tray icon up here, you can change it from green and red to just a simple white if you want, or I think dark if you're using light mode. Change your language, and the map animations when you go from place to place. You can turn off the animations if you don't like them. Other than that, there's a few additional things down here that are beyond the scope of what we're doing, including API access and split tunneling. There's support here, so if you have any problems, you can report problems and go to the FAQs. And then the app info, what version are you on, what's new, all that kind of stuff. And then the disconnect and quit button if you want to just shut down the app entirely right there. But a lot of granularity there, a lot of stuff that you can turn on, and very, very useful for your average person or a Bitcoiner that is looking for additional privacy online. So just to wrap it up here, Mullvad VPN, great tool, really for anyone, average person that wants more privacy, or a Bitcoiner trying to get themselves a little bit more private as they do sensitive operations on the go. But all around great tool. I love the big thing for me is not having to give up email, phone number, all that crap in order to use the service. I can just get an account number, pay with Bitcoin, and be off to the races. It's nice that I can have multiple devices with it. I think it's pretty cheap and reasonable to sign up and use. I just pay for a year right out the gate, and then I just keep my account number and I'm good to go. And other than that, all of the little granular settings that you can do, very, very useful. Blocking ads and trackers and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. So Overall, I'm super happy using Mullvad. I know there's a lot of different VPN options out there. I've touched on some of them before, but feel free to check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you have other VPNs that you've used that maybe you prefer, let me know in the comments down below. And side note, Mullvad also has a browser that you can use, and I'll probably be tinkering with that a little bit next. Either way, look forward to seeing your comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do like, sub, share, all those things. They help a ton. If you're looking for more help in your Bitcoin journey, head over to btcsessions.ca/learn, where you'll find a Bitcoiner zero to hero in one page with a whole bunch of tutorials that are obviously here on the channel. And if you need additional hand-holding, check out my team over at bitcoinmentor.io, where you can book one-on-ones with our excellent team of educators to make sure that your setup is rock solid. With that, I'm out. Keep stacking sats and keep stacking skills. I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions. This was your daily session.